मैं कैमरे सिग्नल आ रहे हैं ना।
Reconfigurable electric vehicle charger that is interoperable across different like less than 100 volts as well as 400 volts, making it suitable for a public charging infrastructure that can simultaneously cater to 2, 3 and 4 vehicles.
Recording in progress.
तो ये सारे रेगुलेटरी उसको कंप्लाई कर रहे हैं।
Yes.
This is a battery for the fast charging purpose. So this is sodium-ion battery where we can do the fast charging within 6 minutes. We can do 80% setup charge.
क्या इसमें इनोवेशन क्या हुआ आपका?
चार्जिंग टाइम बहुत कम कर दिया।
नहीं, कैसे हुआ?
जो मटेरियल डिजाइन में इनोवेशन है, तो नॉर्मली वी हैव डिजाइन मटेरियल विद नेचुरल मटेरियल एंड विद कार्बन कोटिंग लेयर। doing multi-layer pouch cell, then cylindrical cell.
So when you do at 5C or 6C, कितनी देर रहता है स्टेबल?
Charging time 5C में.
Supposing 5C, then how long it remains?
3000 cycle we have tested. 3000 cycle here.
It may not be enough, no? You need to test.
3000 cycle means around 10 years.
Oh, 10 years. अच्छा 5C.
If you are doing slow cycle, slow discharge.
So then you
This
are
one
saying
we have
that.
done at the fast discharge, fast discharge.
हाँ बताइए।
It's a robotic surgical device for ocular surgery. Okay, and using this device we found that basically the pain by 48% and
तो अभी अगला स्टेज क्या होगा?
coating already done.
Geosynthetics which are used for ground improvement, but to have an idea on how to design them, the commercially available geocells will have very high tensile strength. If we have to use it in experiments, we have to reduce the tensile strength of the geocell. So we have developed a 3D printing technology which can help in form a geocell developers which helps in further design.
Is it economical?
As of now, no, but as of now it is basically for experimental purposes.
But eventually will
Yeah,
it be?
yeah, because these were done using the polypropylene. If you are using HDP or something else, which becomes more economical, but we were not able to put it using HDP.
It's not biodegradable.
No.
You can't print the biodegradable one.
We can do print it, but as of now, people are working on jute geocells, which are not 3D printed, but they are biodegradable version of geocells.
And it is local में भी किया है, IC stream पर।
Sir, we have used a polymeric device using 3D printed technique, and basically this we are making the alternative to eye drops. So this eye drops for current angle characteristics we have to administer to a time. So in our device we can just keep one sided and it will reduce the charge for more than 10 hours, or it is a one sided charge. And also these methods are highly unstable in liquid form. So So when we are making in a dry form like contact lens, it is taking for more than 2 months.
More than
2 months.
two.
And currently we are in TRL3. We have patent this technology.
So what is your readout?
But in case of such defects, we see that the bone defect is increasing, so there's necrosis. So in that case, people generally use hydroxyapatite where there's an extra ECM formed around the defect, which is not needed for the defect. And in case of PCP, there is more necrosis if you see. So we have made this product called biphasic calcium phosphate, which is in a powder form, which can be in different forms. Either it can be a hydrogel or a spawn form or also a 3D printed form. So this, when we done it, we saw that in 6 months the bone.
Good evening, everyone. Our chief guest of the day,
This is what we have shown.
he is currently visiting the exhibition area. He would be with us in another 5 minutes or so. Post that, then we can start with the ceremony.
There is no toxicity for, there is so ये for the trials के लिए हमने अपलोड किया है. Thanks. Marg from IIT Bombay. So we developed or viscometers, especially for biological samples. Now the advantage of this method is or disease like sickle cell.
जास्त AC थंड केलंय का?
Also the product. So implementation of this work is good.
Very good.
Thank you.
I'm Sona from GYTI Center. So we are working on developing the point of care devices for detection of various pathogen and antimicrobial resistance. So traditionally, if we go to the hospital, this culturing takes around 24 to 48 hours.
ये आप क्या electrochemical?
Yes. With the help of electrochemical, we can detect the pathogen, various different pathogen, 4 different pathogen we can detect, and 4 different antibiotics
right
Yes, a specific
thing to bind.
antibodies. Yes.
Animal test.
What is the polymer?
Problem is lying behind the is durability for long-term industrial applications. So increase durability. We expose the surfaces of plasma treatment, which makes the strong adhesion of the graphene to the mesh for the longer run in the durability and for the long-term industrial applications.
तो इसका कितना retention होगा? I mean, for one membrane, how much can you?
Yeah, I have done for 30 separation cycles, and for 30 separation cycles for all the mediums, it is showing more than 94% efficiency.
During a PhD research, I was working on developing some portable photovoltaic devices using electrochemical principle. So the idea was to detect diabetes non-invasive. So we have patent green as a bodily fluid, and we detected three important biomarkers of diabetes: glucose, lactate, and uric acid. So previously we have glucometer where we can just do glucose. Now we wanted to go for multiple tests in low cost. So our main idea. So that's around 600 rupees. Estimating the cost of
And much better reliability.
This is electrochem?
Electrochemiluminescence.
Chemiluminescence.
Yeah, electrochemiluminescence is a combination of electrochemistry plus chemiluminescence.
So you will need a spectrometer.
No sir, just a camera. Smartphone camera we can also use. Yes, sir.
So that can.
Based on the intensities we are going to get from our initial sensors. So this is the main, this type of signals we are going to get, and we are going to process them.
And that you can.
So this is the cooling unit. It works on evaporative cooling. So here there will be three layers. One will be insulator, and second is composite layer, and the third one is the cooling unit. So what will be happening there? We will be using it in the transportation. For transportation, we will be getting wind velocity in the opposite direction. So that wind velocity will be using for evaporative cooling. So
And that will.
that will be.
It will only.
use by implementation of pen or something by using of solar also.
Myself Gandhian Young. My work is on development of millet-based rice and all. This is an alternative to the white rice what we consume. The problem white consume is
that you know.
yes,
तो आपने क्या किया?
replace deficiency in yes, sir. लगाया मिमिक
What kind of impact you are basing it, like some bullet impact or what?
Political impact studies we have carried out.
This work is later bottom of the thing. So as IBM and Google, they are facing the problem of qubit integration of large number of qubits. So we in IT Hyderabad, we are beyond like in the plane not moving towards the plane, actually are moving into vertical integration technology. So normally as CMOS industry, they are using copper is not superconducting material. So we have developed superconducting material. So first time in the world we have demonstrated based on the tantalum and IBM.
Use it as a qubit.
No, character we have a through silicon via we are making through the superconducting material by depositing, and there is currently MIT group, they are using a bump, Indian bumps. So currently tantalum is a hot material which are currently used for the high coherence of qubit. So we have developed a technology for tantalum, like without bump we are directly metal to metal interconnect we are making.
So the qubit is out of the tantalum?
Yeah. We are proposing qubit also based on tantalum. So we got the TC of around 4.1 Kelvin for the tantalum, bonded tantalum.
4.1, what is your T1 and T2? Not like the coherence time.
So for the normal tantalum based people have reported 5 millisecond as a highest coherence. So we are currently working on the
I'm from Center for System Technology, Indian Institute of Science. So I'm working on a technology called recirculating aquaculture system. The time so the problem is they generate ammonia from unintented food and fishes, and that ammonia itself is toxic to them. So we are integrating into the reactor system, packed by biofilm reactor, and then treating the ammonia, removing 99.5% of the ammonia and circulating the water back into the system.
So your innovation is removing ammonia?
Yes. By nitrification, using that reactors.
the extracellular layer, so you can measure extracellular water. High frequency signal will go to both extracellular and intracellular layer, so you will measure total body water. If you subtract this, you will get intracellular water.
So this is impedance measured using different
Bioimpedance spectrum.
From IIT Bombay.
You have some specific.
Get signal and I can calculate. Right? Thank you.
Thank you.
that they have received is more than 70 crores. So it is not that you're just solving the problem, but you're also trying to develop entrepreneurial opportunities, which is our ultimate goal. And as Dr. Sood was asking each one of you as to what will you do next? In how many cases would you really be able to translate it into a real solution for our society? So essentially, what is GYTI Award? GYTI Award is a purpose-driven innovation. But purpose obviously would need passion. Passion is like a river. If it flows because there are banks, if there are no banks, it will become a lake. So therefore, passion always needs boundary conditions to be able to convert into a performance, but for that it also needs a process. And many of you have followed meticulous process. But finally, purpose, passion, process, and performance will require a platform, and Honeybee Network provides that platform. Honeybee Network is a metaphor, cross-pollinating ideas from one discipline and domain to another. But also, we are trying to see whether the community of innovators helps each other and develop new team spirit of the country. So Team India, as it should be and as it would be, hopefully in the times to come more eloquently, we will be able to achieve much better results through collaborative excellence and not just competitive excellence. This year, one of the remarkable things that has been developing over the years is that we had 3:4 ratio of girls to boys. So there is a very heavy, we should give applause for the all the lady scientists, girl scientists, innovators in such good numbers, and I think in years to come you will surpass the boys, and that's our earnest hope, so that the gender bias that we talk about, at least in STEM, at least in science and technology, is getting overcome very fast, and we are very proud of it. We also appreciate that many of you are accompanied by your guides, and some of you are accompanied by your parents also, who must be feeling very proud today for this award that you have got. This is the award for the young scholars and students. In some of the cases today, they were also BTech student, only one or two, but it was there. So we want to be very agnostic about the level of education that you have, so long as your ideas are able to make a difference. I was very happy when Dr. Rajbir Singh from ICAR was looking at the solutions that are coming from non-ICAR system for agriculture. And I think this is an opportunity for us to show that the whole country is like a common lab, and ICAR can benefit a great deal if the technologies being developed in IITs and other CSIR labs can be deployed in the agriculture sector, because they don't have the facilities for on-farm trials. If KVKs, Krishi Vigyan Kendras, can become on-farm sites for testing of these technologies that IITs and CSIR and ICMR and other labs are developing, because they can't have systems in all the districts, but you have. You have KVKs in every district. So I think this is also an opportunity, sir, for us to use KVKs as a test bed for all the solutions that NPL, CSIR labs, CSIR, and other IITs are developing, because they don't have to develop their own system for on-farm trials. So there's a huge opportunity here, and I'm so happy he's the Deputy Director General in charge of extension in ICR, and I think it's a very fortuitous circumstance for us that this linkage will get formed very organically. And Dr. Jad, who is the new Director General of CSR, has also shown a lot of interest in this area. I will not take long, but just mention that Dr. Manoj Kumar Dhar couldn't join us because his father is not well, but ACSIR has been taking a lot of interest in this. There is a course that I and my colleague Dr. Anamika teach to all the PhD students of CSIR, ICMR, and Earth Sciences, and I'm told that ICR is also joining ACSIR shortly. So it will be a very good opportunity for students to build cross-domain friendship and linkages, because that is what will generate the next breakthrough in science when people from different disciplines and domains work together. We are looking forward to see that. Dr. Kailai Salvi, the Director General CSIR, couldn't join because of the last minute meeting. Professor PVM Rao, who will also share with you his thoughts later, has been very helpful to us in GYTI review system, because he has, we always have, every entry that is received goes through 3 to 5 reviews. And if there is a dispute among the reviewers and we see the potential in the innovation, we send it to the 6th reviewer. And after that, there is an offline review, which often takes place in IIT Delhi. And then only the selection is made. And if there is still a controversy, we get another review. So there's a very rigorous review process that you have seen today. The result of these awards, therefore, have achieved that distinction. We are working under great constraint, but SRISTI and Honeybee Network have been able to mobilize resources from within to be able to bring you all together and bring this honor to you. I must also say that these awards have become passport for many of you in the past for important positions and achievements in life later on. Please remember that Honeybee Network's spirit must be embedded in each one of you. Try to link your solutions as often as possible with the unmet social needs so that the societal transformation takes place through the brilliant young people that are here in this hall and have been honored in the past. Thank you so much once again, and continue to spread the word about these GYTI Awards to your friends, to your colleagues, to your network members, so that we get the best of our country's youth to achieve these results. We are very proud that what your achievements are will pave the way for extremely affordable, extremely accessible, available solutions for our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Gupta. Now I invite Dr. R.A. Mashelkar to guide us through the innovation process. He would be joining with us in online mode.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My most beloved and revered friend, Professor Ajay Sood, Professor Anil Gupta, I would say one and only Professor Anil Gupta, Professor Venugopal, Achanta, distinguished guests, members of the jury, mentors, proud families, and most importantly, the young innovators whom we are honoring today. First of all, my deep apologies for not being present like I was last year due to some health reasons. I have not been able to make it, so please forgive me. Today is not just an awards function. It's a celebration of innovation that is deeply scientific yet profoundly human. It is also a tribute, I would say, to the deep commitment, tenacity, optimism and resilience of what I called as one and only Professor Anil Gupta and his team. I know the struggle he has had in continuing these GYTI Awards. Therefore, I want to thank Professor Ajay Sood as our chief guest. Your presence, Ajay, here is symbolic of the national commitment to the importance of such inclusive innovation for India and more so for Bharat. And we'll continue to rely on your unstinted support. When we associate technology with the name of Mahatma Gandhi, we are reminded of the timeless idea that innovation matters only when it improves the life of the weakest. Gandhiji's life embodied the highest form of inclusive innovation, doing more from less for many more with compassion at the core. And that is the true spirit of this award. And that is the spirit of the book that we brought out just a few months ago, More from Less for More, Innovation's Holy Grail. Many of you must have read this book already. Now, as I reflect on the innovations being recognized today, one thing stands out clearly. These are not inventions searching for markets. These are not created by young people who are chasing valuations. They are chasing values. They are not created by young people who want to become billionaires. They want to bring the smile on the faces of billions. And these are solutions responding to human pain, social inequity, and environmental urgency. Let me just highlight some innovations. I've gone through each of those innovations, by the way. And just a few, all of them merit mention, but I will just mention a few that not only caught my eye, but also touched my heart. Like early diagnosis of neurological disorders through simple wearable tools, like sterilization and infection control without electricity, which is our problem in the villages, like women's health through privacy preserving but affordable screening, or for that matter, rehabilitation and dignity for the paralyzed. And there are many more. Remember, inclusive innovation is not charity. Inclusive innovation is high science, high engineering, and high ambition, high aspiration. When you design for a rural clinic without reliable power, when you design for farmers battling spoilage and low margins, when you look at women who are hesitant to seek screening, and when laboratories that cannot afford imported equipment, you are working for them, you are innovating under constraints. And let me share a lesson from my own journey. Constraints are not obstacles. Constraints are the mother of breakthrough innovation, and that's what I have seen time and again in our GYTI Awards. India, and most importantly Bharat, I'm sorry I'm distinguishing the two, has a unique opportunity when we solve problems at scale, affordably and reliably, and we create solutions that the world itself begins to adopt. Let me touch upon a very important point. Many of your innovations have crossed impressive, what we call as TRLs, technology readiness levels. But the next journey is even more critical. The most powerful innovation is the one that quietly becomes part of daily life. And you must now move from TRL to what I call as TRL plus. And what does that TRL plus mean? It means trust readiness, trust by the society, trust by the users, affordability readiness, because if it is not affordable, it will not be used, adaptability readiness, and accessibility readiness. So please remember, your journey does not end with publications, with prototypes or pilots. So you have to carry your ideas to villages and clinics, to farmers' fields, women's homes, small industries, district hospitals, and so on. And that is where your innovation will find its true validation. And that is where I would also like to address policymakers, industry leaders, institutions, and investors who are present here. I request you to stand with these innovators. They can't do it alone. Help them scale, help them validate, help them manufacture, and help them deploy. India's future will not be built only by unicorns. I'm sorry. It will be built by mission-driven innovators like those that we are honoring today. Let me conclude, because I've been given 5 minutes, I want to stick to those 5 minutes. Let me conclude with a thought deeply aligned with Gandhiji's philosophy. The true measure of technology is not how advanced it is, but how humane it is. Today I am deeply optimistic because the innovations we celebrate are not just technically elegant, but ethically grounded and socially relevant. To the award winners, therefore, may you continue to innovate with courage, with humility, and with compassion. Thank you very much for being what you are and what you are doing for our beloved nation, and my warmest congratulations to all the award winners. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Mashelkar, for your insightful words and continued inspiration to India's innovation ecosystem. Now I invite our chief guest to confer awards to the students. Aman Das for rapid hemocritic estimation using a fold crease induced fast flowing paper sensor. Next we have Himanshu Bhushan Sandhi for reconfigurable 2, 3 or 4-wheeler electric vehicle charger. Biplab Patra for fast charging and long cycle life sodium ion batteries for large scale grid storage. Deepak Sharma for biologically inspired electronic nose, innovations and development. Unfortunately, Deepak Sharma could not be here with us today, so we have his wife Upanya Khandelwal joining with us for the award. Ashish Siddharth for a robotic assisted equipment and method for ocular drug delivery with needle twisting capability. Velmurugan K for 3D printed amphotericin B loaded biomimetic polymeric corneal patch AMPAT. Ankita S, a novel method for synthesizing biphasic bioceramics in vivo insights into bone healing. Mahrukh Arif Mir, a smearing device for blood viscosity measurement enabling detection of sickle cell anemia. Soumya Agrawal for a closed-loop sustainable method for fabrication of electrospun nanofiber using banana peel for filtration of particulate matters and volatile organic matter from air. Sonal Fande for rapid multiplexed point-of-care device for simultaneous detection of multiple pathogen and antimicrobial resistance. Now we move to the appreciation category. Ekta Srivastav for a process for fabrication of an electrically conductive aligned nanofibrous scaffold. Atindra Kanti Mandal, Tathagata Pal and Ravada Satish Kumar for portable EIS-based biosensor for the detection of microcystine LR residues in environmental water bodies and simulated body fluids. Ankur Jaiswar, Sayanta Goswami and Debayan Das Gupta for development of NIR-enabled nanorobots for deep tissue imaging and real-time disease sensing in living animals. Jashaswini Sway for revolutionizing filtration, plasma-treated graphene oxide-coated mesh for enhanced durability and oil-water separation efficiency. Abhishek Kumar for smartphone-enabled miniaturized electroluminescence platform for non-invasive detection of diabetes complication biomarkers. Chingakham Notongba Singh for mobile-based zero energy and sustainable energy cooling unit for perishable fruits and vegetables. Ganga Kishore S for development of low glycemic index millet-based rice analog for sustainable food systems. Rajdeep Singh Devra for decentralized plastic recycling through filament-free 3D printing, transforming waste into high-quality products and driving the circular economy. Unfortunately, Rajdeep could not be present, so Professor Madhu Vadali will collect award on his behalf. Manas Thakur for polymer matrix sand composites for enhanced ballistic impact resistance. Harsh Mishra for vertical integration technology for scalable quantum computing system. Next we have Saqib Sarosh for high-rate packed bed biofilm reactor for robust and efficient nitrification in recirculating aquaculture systems. Sachin Shinde for emerging paradigm shifts in floriculture industry, a way forward for a sustainable active packaging solution for prolonging the freshness and shelf life of fresh produce. Ritika Ray for low-cost portable biosensor for non-invasive early detection of potato dry rot disease in their asymptomatic stages. Priyanka Garg for Be Smart bacteria sensing through mobile aptamer recognition technology. Sonali Nayak for Breathe Easy, the future of airway splints. Sri Vidyasakti Vijay Kumar for AquaSense Kit, IoT-enabled non-invasive human hydration monitor. Swamijit Sarkar for modular multimodal speckle imaging platform for non-invasive cerebral blood flow studies in small animals, innovative device for advancing preclinical research. Next is Divya Parikh for non-polymeric nanomedicine for potential treatment of inflammatory diseases. Next is Jasar Ali PK for paper interfaced LSD device for non-invasive detection of bilirubin from urine sample. Next is Mohammad Modassir Firdaus for development of flexible robot for transanal minimally invasive intervention. Shaili Gupta for an integrated process for precipitant-free, highly selective recovery of valuable metals from end-of-life lithium-ion batteries using a green deep eutectic solvent. Next is Yogendra Kumar Mishra for chemogel superabsorbent formulation for efficient carbon capture. Coming up is Akash Lata and Anuj Kumar for an aqueous rechargeable and high capacity zinc ion battery. Shiv Shankar Prasad for production of biopolymer precursor from biomass derived 5-hydroxymethyl furfural using NiCO oxide catalyst. Nishant Markandeya for development of a suitable process for depolymerization of polymer wastes. Next is Joydeepa Taran and Rajeshri Bhar for manufacturing of 3D printed SiSiC ceramic prototypes using sustainable raw materials as customized biocarbon obtained from microalgal biomass of carbon sequestration process and optimized recycled SiC from industrial wastes. Next is Prachi Jain for moisture activated oxygen scavenger based on acacia catechu for active food packaging, a plant-based alternative. Next is Ayush Pradeep and Arul Amrit Jain for smart wearable cooling device. Next we have Ranamay Saha for impedance spectroscopy based detection of hepatitis C viral RNA from clinical samples. Then we have Parkavi Valaguruvan for integrated photovoltaic thermoelectric hybrid system. Next up we have Deepak Thorat for vaginal cells self-sampling medical device for early detection of cervical cancer. Next is Anurag Kashyap for functionalized graphene derivative for non-invasive detection of formalin in adulterated fish. Next is Jyotirmoy Das for advanced stab-resistant armor through strategic integration of ceramics and shear thickening fluids. Next we have Sudhanshu Singh for electromechanical behavior of self-sensing glass textile-based multifunctional sensor for in situ structural health monitoring. Next up is Debarun Banerjee for hydrogen-free catalytic conversion of agricultural waste into green gasoline additive. Next is Sumona Garg for development of a mechanically robust and highly water-resistant cyclic phosphate crosslink lignin chitosan hydrogel for active food packaging applications. Next up we have Noel Ghoshal for rapid acting sprayable hydrogel for advanced wound healing. Next up we have Gugulot Venakanna and Shreya Singh for solar light assisted conversion of captured carbon dioxide from industrial flue gases to value added chemical fuels. Next is Shraddha Vilas Sonavane for filter paper based fluorescence sensor for affordable and precise alkaline phosphatase diagnostics. Next is Shreya Yatish Garge for a cost-effective fluorescence biosensor for rapid and sensitive trypsin detection, advancing point-of-care diagnostics. Next we have Anvesha Mukherjee for a biomimetic injectable hydrogel for therapeutic management of osteoarthritis. Next is Susweta Das for non-invasive continuous monitoring of anterior circulation cerebral blood flow. Next is Sangeeta V for closed loop sanitation, self-powered technology for water recovery and fertilizer production from source separated urine. Next we have Prasanna Das for ultra emissive MgO PVDF polymer nanocomposite paint for passive daytime radiative cooling. Next we have Suraj Singh and Joganpreet Singh for smart socks for comprehensive gait analysis, detection of orthoneuropathology through wearable sensor technology. Next is Pradeep Kumar for a mineral and clay based ethylene scavenger for fruits and vegetable packaging application. Next is Biswajit Dahengia for facile and cost-effective fabrication of graphene-based hydrophobic sponge for efficient oil-water separation. Next we have is Alia Khan for development of a novel humanized BCMA-directed CAR for multiple myeloma, robust activity and low toxicity in preclinical studies. Next is Anish Rizbud and Animit Srimani for indigenous process and machine for rapid fabrication of biocompatible microneedles. Next is Himanshi Avasthi for ultra-fast laser-doped P-type graphene, flexible BLIG for advancing energy storages. I would like to call upon stage Ankita S. for novel method for synthesizing biophasic bioceramics in vivo insights into bone healing. Ankita? Okay, sorry. Prerna Krishnaraj for liquefaction susceptibility evaluation of sand reinforced with 3D printed geocells. She was in the award category and I'm so sorry for missing your name. We have 8 awardees in absentia. Ravi Kumar Yakala for misalignment tolerant control of a bidirectional wireless power transfer system for electric vehicle charging. Then Ms. Neha Yadav for PRUCSOR, a portable chemi-resistive reader with SP2 chip for point-of-care diagnosis of antibiotic resistance to combat AMR. Akansha Sharma for photocatalytic substrate for producing green hydrogen and process thereof. Debayan Ghosh for AI-controlled mental health and counseling app. Vikram Vanjari for adsorption enhanced sensitivity for electrochemical sensing of diclofenac by polyether sulfone based laser-induced graphene. Nishita NK for Health Sense, a mobile and reliable liver diagnostics for chronic disease. And Ravi Prakash Verma for piezoresistive sensors for real-time fruit growth monitoring in smart farming, and Anne Trifosoma Kamatham for a wearable ultrasound system for control of prosthetic devices. I congratulate all the awardees and the students have received appreciations. Now I call upon Professor Anil Gupta to confer presentation mementos to the guests. Professor Gupta, please present a memento to Professor Sood. Now I request Professor Gupta to present a memento to Professor Venugopal. I request Professor Gupta to present a memento to Professor Rao. Now we have the book release for GYTI 2024. I call upon stage Mr. Ajit and Mr. Chetan Patel also for book release. Now I request Professor Venugopal Achanta, Director, National Physical Laboratory, to share his few words.
Good evening, Dr. Mashelkar, Professor Sood, Professor Gupta, and Professor Rao, and all of you inventors and the families who are here. First, I would like to thank Professor Gupta for bringing back the awards to NPL Auditorium after almost 22, 23 years. So we're very happy to be part of this. The selfish motive, of course, is that like our students will be motivated, and next time hopefully we'll see at least a couple of them as the participants. So the Professor Gupta also asked me to briefly talk about CSR NPL, what we can do or what we do actually to innovators as well as the industry, whether it is MSME or big industries. So before saying that, like I have to say what NPL is. So for different people, NPL is known for different reasons. Right? I generally show some slides. One is, of course, people showing the election ink, the indelible ink mark. So that was made at NPL way back in 1950s, and it's still being used. It's being exported to 40 countries. If you look at missiles, the missile cone is a very special carbon composite. It was made at NPL and then transferred to DRDO. So for the younger crowd, like I generally show the timekeepers from Marvel Comics, right? So we are also the timekeepers for India. We are the providers of Indian Standard Time. We have Bank of Atomic Clocks. We are sixth highest weightage in calculation of the international time, the UTC. Earlier it was called GMT, now it is UTC. So to the International Atomic Time, there are about 190 locations from which the atomic clocks contribute to the calculation of the International Atomic Time. So ours, the Indian contribution from CSR NPL is the sixth highest weightage, more than 5% weightage is in that, right? So why do we do all this? There is one designated institute per country, which is the Metrology Institute of the nation. So the designated Metrology Institute, the National Metrology Institute, keeps the primary standards, whether it is a kilogram stone, or it is a meter rod, or it is any other standard. How do you measure 1 volt? How do you measure 1 ohm resistance? Or how do you measure the purity of gases? How much impurities are there, right? So we have the standards from which like so copies are made, and they go to the down to the shopkeeper level, so that our quality of products, which our Prime Minister keeps on repeating, that like quality is the most important aspect which we need to do. We have a lot of startups coming up, but somebody has to test, calibrate, certify these products. So we do those things. That's part of our mandate given by the Parliament, that we do support the industry. About 4,000 industries take calibration or traceability from NPL every year, right? So we are known, in addition to metrology, the high precision science, the science of high precision measurements. We also do material science and environmental sciences. So there are 2 world-class facilities. When I say the best in the world, these are best in the world, not top 3, top 5, top 10. Like, so we have some of the best in the world facilities in these buildings on NPL campus. So the recently added facilities are the solar cell calibration facility. This is the world's best among the 5. Ours is the 5th facility, but the best in the world. We also have Asia's first and world's literally only facility which can do CAMS and OSEMS calibrations, the complete characterization certification of environment monitoring equipment. We have, we also work with different ministries. We check for what are the needs of the country. For example, we have an electricity grid. There are something called phasor measurement units. They basically record the voltage, current, and phase as a function of time. The reason for this is that, like, so PMU is located at two different locations. We can compare them, and if there is a fluctuation at one point, we can always diagnose the health of the electricity grid. But these PMUs need to be calibrated. So that's the facility which we have. So this is something we work with the Power Ministry, and we set up these things so that every single PMU in the grid is calibrated now. We are last 4.5 years, like, so we have set up several biomedical equipment standards. These vary from ECG simulator to infusion pump to electric parameters like the safety of incubators, right? So we have numerous biomedical equipment calibration facilities which are set up. We have Bharati Nirdeshak Dravya. These are the certified reference materials where you have a big equipment or equipment which cannot be moved from one place to other easily. So we need these certified reference materials. So the certified reference materials are reference materials which are traceable, which are validated or value is assigned at a National Metrology Institute. So being the National Metrology Institute, we work extensively on different set of these certified reference materials. So on one hand, we're working with the Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Siddha, to generate indigenous phytochemicals. So that, like, our traditional medicine can be brought into the ambit of SI units, so that there is more acceptability for our traditional medicine. On the other hand, we work on more emerging or required problems, for example, water purity testing. Now, we are, in the last 3 years, we are 80% self-sufficient as far as water CRMs are concerned. So the water purity testing, every jail board is now mandated to use Indian-made CRMs which are under the brand name of BND. Right? So we work with these ministries to set these things. So in the materials, we have seen some of the innovations on solar cell or batteries and other things. Like, so we do work on recycling, whether it is biochar or we make these carbon nanotube based papers. We can roll tens of meters of these carbon nanotube papers. We have demonstrated very efficient PEM, the membranes for batteries, supercapacitors, and sports goods. So there are numerous applications for these carbon nanotubes. We are working on specialty plastics, specialty textiles, using these carbon nanotube embedded things. So these are technologies which are spin-off or which come out from our labs. So these are something which are doing in environment monitoring. What we have done is we have developed our own indigenous environment monitoring equipment, whether it is particulate matter from 0.6 micron all the way up to 10 micron. Like, so we have different stage collectors, so that, like, we can accurately determine the size of these particles, and then source appropriation is possible. We also fly balloons across India, Delhi, NCR, and other places, so that we collect these samples as a function of height, so that the source of pollutants and the composition of these pollutants is determined. So we also developed quite a bit of indigenous in-house developments. For example, we can measure down to, say, 10 picoampere currents with very high precision. So these are all the standards. Like, so these are equipment which do not exist. So we're working towards, say, 1 femtoampere. Like, can we measure that, right? So I'm proud to say that, like, we are the first lab in the country. 3.5 years ago, we demonstrated the quantum sensors, whether it's magnetometry or electrometry, right? RF field sensing. So these are hot rubidium atom based. We extend that to have our own Indian-made the vapor cells, so rubidium vapor cells, very well characterized. We give it to DRDO and other strategic organizations. So we try to expand our scope. We talk to people. Our strength is in interactions. We collaborate, and we try to help startups. For example, during the COVID time, like, so there are people who came with these negative ion based viral killers and virus killers and all that, like, so UV based ones. So we have helped these products to better them and then make them safety point of view better, so that like they come out into the market. So we also work on two major areas, emerging areas, which is called the quantum metrology. In 2019, the SI units, the 7 SI units are now redefined in terms of the universal constants, right? So like 1 kg, we don't measure with respect to the, with a known 1 kg stone, but we replace this second pan with a coil, which moves up and down a permanent magnet, so that like when you have an unknown weight in the pan, so by applying current, like, so you can move this coil up and down. So you find out precisely the current so that you can balance these two, right? So this is known as a, basically where the mg, the force due to gravity is equated with the electrical force, right? So this is known as the Kibble balance. We are working on this. So we work on atomic clocks, the new generation optical clocks. We were 6th country or 5th country in the world to have our own cesium fountain clock way back in 2013. So we are working on next generation of this. We work on this digital metrology. So it's how to automate, to how to basically issue the certificates, and how the form of the certificates, everything has to be internationally acceptable. So we work with international teams so that like we are at par with them, right? So we work with different line ministries, whether it is legal metrology, the Bureau of Indian Standards, Minister of Commerce, Minister of Consumer Affairs, MNRE, MeitY, right? Minister of Environment and Forests. So this is a huge list. So we work with all these ministries. So we talk to them wherever we hear, for example, there is solar panel recycling, right? So there we also have seen recycling innovations. Most of this recycling is happening to extract high precision or high value metals, right? So, but there is also a bigger challenge from environment point of view, that like 25, 30 years down the line, when at the end of life of these solar panels, we are going to have tons of, rather like hundreds of tons of silicon itself as a waste. So we have developed a process to recycle silicon. So now we are at the stage where we can get 4.9 purity silicon, which is good enough for doing current photovoltaic or solar cells, silicon solar cells. We are trying to improve this and then make it industry compatible so that we can translate this to industry. So among the innovations which we had recently, we have, as mentioned, quantum sensors. In the single photon metrology, we have made prototypes of superconducting nanowire based single photon detectors. We have single photon sources. We have very high bit rate, like 100 Mbps QRNG. These are all prototypes which are in the labs, and we're trying to make them better so that like the TRL is improved and we can do technology transfers. We have developed a label-free biosensors. This is based on broadband plasmonic SIRS substrates. As I mentioned, like, so recycling is other thing which we do quite a lot, and we have done a few technology transfers for plastic recycling, environment monitoring equipment, right? So the list is long. I'll not take too much time, but I just want to say that like our mandate is metrology, high precision measurement, to support the industry, to support the startups, to support the ecosystem. So we have excellent facilities. We are open to collaborations, and we are open to show our labs. We are actually proud to show our labs. If you meet any of our scientists, like, so they'll be, they want to impart all their knowledge to you before you leave or before they leave you, right? So they are very eager to talk to you, and I request all of you to come back again and visit our labs, spend some time with us, and make use of our facilities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Achanta. Now I call upon stage Professor PVM Rao to reflect upon the innovations of GYTI 2024.
Okay, firstly, congratulations to all the awardees of today, once again. Yeah, I think this award is extremely important, and I'm very happy to be associated with this award from the inception. So thanks to Professor Anil Gupta. Why I'm saying this is a very, very unique award is, if you really look at when you look at the knowledge creation and knowledge application, particularly the research and innovation, innovation generally happens, in 3 different quadrants, which probably many of you may know. Edison quadrants, where you actually take the existing technology to solve the problems, pain points of the society and people. I think GYTI has given enough of those awards. Then there is a boards quadrant, where you first do a knowledge creation or research, and then try to convert your research output into products and solutions useful for the society, which is the second. Third is you start with a big grand challenge, and before you solve a problem, you have to advance the science and then solve the problem. So if you really look at, probably GYTI is the only award which actually recognizes all 3 aspects. In fact, both in terms of whether somebody is trying to, because in the earlier years there were enough awards which are given for people, particularly who are solving the problems of a Bharat, as Professor Mashelkar mentioned, and also people who did more with less, etc. In fact, I was also looking at, we were also looking at the awardees from 2012, and also try to sample where are these people are currently, where are they serving, or where are they currently working. In fact, I came across a very interesting word. I was visiting IIT Kharagpur. I met a newly joined faculty. When I shook a hand, I didn't recognize him. He says, I know you. I said, how do I know you? He says, I am a GYTI alumni. I didn't know that there is a word called a GYTI alumni. And from today onwards, all of you are GYTI alumni. So when we look at, good thing is I saw that many of the people also went on to do postdocs in some of the best universities, the GYTI awardees. I saw people working in Cornell, Princeton, doing their postdoctoral. Many of them actually have joined DRDOs and CSIR labs, serving the nation in a very different way. Quite a few of them have become a faculty members, including many of them in IITs, which is very interesting. And quite a few of them have also joined the corporate R&Ds to serve. But the most important among all these things are the people who actually continued with their innovation and actually created the ventures. And I think that number is very, very significant. I'll just quickly give 3 examples from the GYTI alumni. So 3 years back, we gave an award to somebody who made a Pani Puri vending machine. Okay, this is students from Tejpur University. And today, this Pani Puri vending machine is very popular in Northeast. And it has reached many of the canteens, many of the restaurants, and they are extremely doing well. That means they traveled all the journey from just their innovation or a presentation to where they can actually claim that there are many products which are there. The second innovation is where one of the IAC student got an award for basically developing a simulation for medical simulation. And now he actually created a venture where their products are actually not only sold in India, but they have reached markets of US, Israel, and UK, and selling their medical simulators to large hospitals and research organizations. The third, which is even more important, is about 8 years back, we gave an award to somebody who made an orthopedic cast. You know, the normal cast which is used through bandages, etc., is not breathable, not washable. But this group of students actually created a cast which you can wear
and it's basically it's like a mesh-like structure. Once you immobilize the limb, then it's basically made of a polymeric material and it stays in. Now they are actually exporting this cast to 50 countries, and I was really surprised to see the amount of business they have done and the kind of production facility they have set up, particularly in Vadodara. And as we are glancing through more and more alumni, we are seeing that the social and economic impact of these awards have been really enormous. And good thing, as Professor Gupta also mentioned, is that all these three examples which I mentioned also are the first, it's their first recognition. The GYTI Award was their first recognition. They end up winning many other awards, etc. But since the first recognition actually gives them a confidence to take their innovations ahead. So I think one of the appeals to all the awardees today is that now that you have created knowledge and you had a thrill of publishing a paper, but you get a 10x thrill when you actually see your product and solution in the hands of a customer, when many people walking and benefited by your products. Though the journey is slightly longer, but I think it's really professionally and personally very satisfying in case if you decide to do. And in this particular journey, if you need any help in terms of, let's say, taking your innovation ahead, I think we would be very happy to support you further beyond this particular award. And most of the institutes where you belong to also have incubators. And I think it would be good if you can consider also not basically see that this particular innovation doesn't die, but ultimately reaches the industry, society, and people. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Rao. Now I invite Professor Ajay Kumar Sood for guiding us through the innovations.
The only one and only Dr. Mashelkar. I'm so happy to see you, not in person, but of course, at least on the screen. Wish you all the very best, and we look forward to seeing you in 3 dimensions soon. Dr. Mashelkar, you know, is the champion of innovation for many, many years. I still remember his innovation framework called Assured. I don't know how many of you know, young people, but if you not, please go and see whether your innovation, how does it measure on this scale of Assured. So Assured, Dr. Mashelkar can give you a 1-hour lecture, but in 2 seconds I'll just tell you, you need to see whether it is affordable, scalable, sustainable, universal, rapid, excellent, and distinctive. If it comes on that, you can score it, then you know whether you will be successful or not in what you are doing. If you are not, then you revisit and see what can be done. And I am so glad to see the 3 examples which Professor Rao mentioned, and I am sure they will be very high on this Assured innovation framework. So I think all of us should keep in mind when we talk of innovation, it is fun, I absolutely agree, but if you want it to be really making a difference in the lives of people, this Assured framework, I would request you to really see how does it work for you. So I just thought I'll take this opportunity. I'm sure Dr. Mashelkar is now tired of talking about it, so he didn't mention in his talk. But for me, it's very important that whatever we do, even when we did in our Jal Shakti mission projects, we measured it against Assured framework. And that's how the various projects and innovations were honored. So thank you very much, Dr. Mashelkar, for this important contributions to Indian S&T ecosystem. It's totally unparalleled. and we really wish you all the very best and all the very best for years to come. Thank you. Other dignitaries on the dais, we have again legendary Dr. Anil Gupta, we have Dr. Venugopal, Dr. P.V. Rao, Dr. Ramesh Patel, all the young innovators in the hall and their parents, invitees, and now more important, as the word has been coined, GYTI family. So I don't know whether you have the GYTI Alumni Association, GAA. I think you should, because you should do that. The reason I am saying is the people who have succeeded in an innovation framework, they can be your lighthouse houses for other innovators. So I think in your next this function, GYTI Award function, don't invite me because I was there last year also, but I think you should invite these success stories, because I think nothing really inspires as much as to see a success story, and these are young innovators, and I think in your next function you should have this 2, 3, 4 people interacting with these young innovators over lunch and so on, and that I think will be a huge service to this innovation ecosystem. Since you are now building up for the last many years, it is a resource which India should be proud of, and you should have like your social media, GYTI social media channel. Again, you can do that very easily on the YouTube, on the LinkedIn, and all these platforms, so that all these innovators get connected and they can pose their problems on this platform, and they can get the, so it's an online all the time interaction. Now you don't need actually meetings, so they can have a completely connected framework, and you can call it GYTI Connect or whatever you want to call it, but have that vibrant system of GYTI which can help all these innovators. So I think it's very impressive. You should build up on that, and I wish you all the very best. So my congratulations to this year's awardee, and this is really a great occasion, not only for the recognition of your remarkable achievements, but also a reaffirmation of our collective belief in the transformative power of innovation. So that's the message of this award function. And this is absolutely essential for any country, because if you really want to have a leapfrog from middle income trap of a nation to the next stage, the only thing which works is the innovation. And Dr. Mashelkar will tell you that this is really, the innovation is the oxygen of progress. And that is the bridge between aspiration and achievements. So these two A's are connected via this bridge, which is what you call innovation. And that's what we need to promote in the country in all platforms, in all ways. Our office is trying to do whatever we can in our own humble way, but all of us have to work together for this. And if you integrate innovation into our developmental DNA, we will know that growth is not only rapid, but it will be inclusive, it will be sustainable, and it will be equitable. So all these three are equally important, and that's what we need to imbibe. Now, there are many nice innovations I saw. In fact, Dr. Anil Gupta had given only 20 minutes, but I think I took 45 minutes. I apologize. But I thought it was more fun to see this rather than just browse through it. So congratulations, and this is something which you should build upon. So last year, since I spoke about what in the spirit of innovation, taking to the grassroots level, I had mentioned what is called ROOTAG, but since many of you are new in the hall, so again it is good to see how we can take our technologies to the rural sector. So in that we had this program, we still have it, called ROOTAG, Rural Technology Action Group, since 2004, and in that many IITs were involved, and we have a number of technologies which have been now gone to scale in some of them, and this is what we need to see. We already have almost like 62 field testing technologies. We have the YouTube videos of that. You can see on our website and on our YouTube channel. And the next phase which we have started, this is where we want to see that it moves from prototypes to large scale deployment. That's the goal. Not making 10 or 15 of them, whatever we talk, but many of them in an affordable manner in the workshops which are in the villages and maintained like that and so on. Now to do that, we started another experiment 1 year back, again for the young people I am mentioning. Dr. Mashelkar and Dr. Anil Gupta know about it. This is the ROOTAG Smart Village Center, RSVC. You can Google it. Again, this is a transformative model to empower rural communities with technologies, boosting local manufacturing and nurturing entrepreneurship across 12 key areas, be it the technologies, be it the financial sector, be it the space related technologies for the farmers. All these actually, we already have now. Dr. Mashelkar, you will be happy to know, this year we have now 52 RSVC centers. When I spoke last year, it was 12. In 1 year, it has now gone to 52 centers across many states. And this is not enough because country is very big. So now this will be scaled up because RSVC, our office has tied up with a MOU with NABARD. And they have a NAP foundation, some of you know. So they will really make a center of excellence to scale it. Because we want many of these RSVC to serve the rural sector. And this is what our goal is, to have many more of them. And we are integrating, on the advice of our Honorable Prime Minister, when I presented to him, he advised us to integrate with Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samriddhi Kendra, PMKSK. You can Google it. So we have tied up with them, and this is how we will scale. So this is what is very good feeling, that how our technology can reach the people who need most in the villages and so on. So this is something I thought I should mention to people who are here. Another thing which always used to bother me, this TRL level definition. Now TRL, when we say 1 to 9, I found it is emotional based. If you talk to innovator, he's always talk, I am TRL 6, without knowing what it means and what it implies. And because of that, many startups fail, which is almost 80 to 90%, because you are not being objective in assessing your TRL level and the market readiness level. Now for that, what we did this year, in 2025 we released it, with the help of CII, we have a do it yourself. It is a app which we are making an app, but it is on our website, the process, We are calling it National Technology Readiness Assessment Framework, NTRAF. This will tell you what TRL you are. You can do this exercise today. And you might get very disheartened, but that's the reality. It has various questions. It will ask you what stage is, yes and no. It will give you a score. And if your score is this thing, it will tell you this is your TRL 1 to 9. This is absolutely essential for innovators. Absolutely essential when we are talking of RDI fund dispersion, because we want to do high-end TRL 4 onwards, which is what you call valley of death, 4 to 7. So I request all the innovators to be, of course, dreamy. Dreaming is very good. That's how we live. But to also be realistic. Measure it on your assured innovation framework. Once you measure on assured innovation framework, then you go to this NetRef and see what is a realistic TRL level which your technology has. Don't get disheartened, but take a lesson from it. And I request all of you to be aware that it is not enough to just think of an idea and make a prototype. That is the first step. But from prototype, you must move on to the next level, which are harder levels. As you go higher up, the level of difficulties may increase. But I request you, for the sake of our country, for the sake of the ecosystem, for the sake of growth, please do not stop at TRL 2 or TRL maybe 3. This you need to work on, and then only you will see the success. All the 3 examples which Professor Rao mentioned, that's when your example will be mentioned in subsequent years in the GYTI function. So I request you to do that. So this is something I thought we should keep track. So another important initiative, again, which came by interaction with Ministry of Rural Development, Panchayat Raj and so on, they wanted to know how many technologies can be readily employed. How many are at TRL 9? Can you give us a compendium? So our office did the homework by connecting to various ministries and departments, and this called Sah Sankalp. So we are going to release it in next few days, and I will send you the link. In Sah Sankalp, we have curated 357 ready-to-use invention. These are sourced from multiple ministries and mapped directly to implementation needs. And out of that, many of them are at TRL 9. So when you will go to that, you have a QR code. It will tell you what TRL it is, who is the inventor, who is the lab. Go and again, my request to innovators is, it's a very good reference material it will be to see what technology means when you take TRL 9. So I think these are all learning curves. There are no textbooks like that, but from examples I hope you can learn. So this Sah Sankalp, which we will launch very soon, and affordability, which is again one of the A of Dr. Mashelkar's framework, has been central to this design, and most solutions in this Sah Sankalp are below rupees 2 lakhs. So we have only chosen those technologies which are below that, which can be deployed in rural sectors and in the constraint of the resources things. And this can be adopted by self-help groups, cooperatives and grassroots institutions. There are many things. I don't want to take more time. It's already 7 o'clock, which is the closing time of our function. And Dr. Mashelkar has been with us very patiently for last 2 hours. I will just say we need to learn how we scale things, how our digital payment system, UPI interface worked. DPI by India is success story. Why? Because it is scalable, because it is affordable. And this is what we need to learn in all the innovations we do in any sector. So I think I will once again congratulate all our young innovators with your bold ideas, with fresh perspective, and of course your energy. And this is something what we need to make a Viksit Bharat, which our Honorable Prime Minister has given a clarion call to do it in next few years. And this is something what we look forward to take India forward. All of us are travelers in this journey. All of us should be happy travelers. All of us should be enthusiastic travelers. All of us should be cooperative to each other, and all of us should aim higher. As they say, low aim is a crime, right? Famous statement which was made. So please have high aims. From this innovation, go to a higher innovation. Aim for that. Don't look for low-hanging fruits all the time. That's my request. Push yourself to the limit, and then you know what is your limit. I would request you to do that. You have come to this far, but I think it is probably below your limits. I urge all of you to go to the next level of innovation, increase your bar, and make sure that you really come up to that. Thank you once again, Dr. Gupta, for in this function, for this GYTI fraternity, which I am sure will grow leaps and bounds, and I wish you all the very, very best for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sood, for your encouraging and motivational words. It is always a privilege to listen to you speaking, and we'll definitely take up your suggestions on GYTI Alumni Association and a YouTube channel for that. Now I request Mr. Ramesh Patel for a vote of thanks.
नमस्ते। आप सभी का धन्यवाद करने का अवसर आज चेतन भाई ने मुझे दिया है। पहले तो चेतन का थैंक्स। हमारे आज के कार्यक्रम के हमारे अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर आर्य माशेलकर सर, मैं पिछले 3 दशक से उनका लगातार मार्गदर्शन पूरा इनोवेशन और इंक्यूबेशन इकोसिस्टम को मिल रहा है। मैं हृदय से बहुत आभारी हूँ हनीमेनेट सभी संस्थाओं की ओर से, सभी अवार्डीज की ओर से। जितना धन्यवाद करें उतना कम है सर आपका। प्रोफेसर अजय सूद सर, आज यहाँ पर बहुत दिल से आपने सर जो मार्गदर्शन किया है GYTI को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, और हमारे अवार्डी को बहुत सारा स्नेह और आपका मार्गदर्शन जो मिला, इसलिए मैं सभी की ओर से आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। आपकी उपस्थिति दर्शाती है कि विज्ञान और इनोवेशन की इकोसिस्टम को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए सरकार और संस्थाएं कितनी सबल तरीके से आगे बढ़ रही है। थैंक यू सर। इस हॉल में हम बैठे हैं, NPL के हॉल में प्रोफेसर वेणुगोपाल अचंता सर हमारे बीच में है। NPL की पूरी टीम ने बहुत कम समय में और ये पूरी व्यवस्था हमको यहाँ पर प्रदान की, इसके लिए मैं सर का बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ। और GYTI की पूरी प्रोसेस में भी उनका लगातार मार्गदर्शन हमको मिलता रहा है। IIT दिल्ली से प्रोफेसर PVM राव हमारी रिव्यू सबसे ज़्यादा रिव्यू करवाने में और पूरी प्रोसेस में बहुत सारा मार्गदर्शन और लगातार उन्होंने अपना टाइम लगाया है, तो उनका दिल से सभी GYTI फैमिली की ओर से मैं उनका आभार प्रकट करता हूँ। ब्रिट्स पिलानी की ओर से प्रोफेसर राम गोपाल राव और डॉक्टर संकेत गोयल, उनका भी हृदय से धन्यवाद करते हैं। GYTI की पूरी प्रोसेस को आगे बढ़ाने में और उनका बहुत सारा समय उन्होंने दिया है, उनका मार्गदर्शन हमको मिलता रहा है। IIT इंदौर से प्रोफेसर देशमुख का भी हम धन्यवाद अदा करते हैं, उनका भी बहुत सारा मार्गदर्शन हमको मिलता रहा है। NPL की जगत, चेतन भाई, सुमित्रा बहन, इन सभी का बहुत सारा सहयोग, क्योंकि बहुत कम समय में सृष्टि की टीम बहुत छोटी टीम है और बहुत छोटी टीम ने ऑफिस समय के बाद भी दिन रात, क्योंकि लगातार इवेंट पे इवेंट सृष्टि में अभी आ रही थी पिछले कुछ दिनों से, इस बीच में कार्यक्रम हुआ, इस सभी का आभार। हमारे GYTI अवार्डी और उनके पेरेंट्स, क्योंकि ये 2024 का अवार्ड है, हम जानते हैं थोड़ा देरी से हुआ है और आप सबने से अब्र रखा। आप यहाँ पर सर ने डायस से बहुत सारा मार्गदर्शन आपको दिया है, अगले साल और समय से करेंगे, अच्छे से करेंगे, इसका वादा करते हैं। और आप सबको एक काम भी देते हैं कि अगले साल और ज़्यादा बच्चे इसके लिए एंट्री भेजें और रिव्यू प्रोसेस में भी आपसे मतलब हम आपकी सहायता बिल्कुल चाहेंगे। हम चाहेंगे कि पूरा लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से पूरी प्रोसेस चले, इसके लिए भी हम आपसे बात करेंगे आगे से, कि सर ने बहुत सारा सूद सर ने जो गाइडेंस दिया, इस तरह से हम लोग पूरी व्यवस्था को वाइब्रेंट तरीके से बनाना चाहेंगे। और आप सभी का एक बार फिर से धन्यवाद। थैंक यू।
Now I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
I request everyone to be seated for a while. Please be seated for a while. Congratulations to all the awardees. Now you may collect your certificates and your trophy boxes from outside in the registration desk. It is also a request that you can collect your posters that are present outside and you can take it back to your places. You can take the posters back to your places. You can collect the certificates from the registration desk as well as trophy boxes. And then you can have high tea at the exhibition area and then we can leave. We can close for the day. Thank you so much.